12 hours into our fermentation process. You can see the yeast is happy. We're bubbling away, coming down. That foam on top, you can see it's got little hops mixed in with it. That's called a krausen. That kind of works like a protective cap. There's our beer. Over the next week, this will be completely beer. You can see the motion inside there. As the yeast falls, it drops, and as it produces CO2, it rises to the top. There you can see pieces of it coming up. That's Mother Nature doing the work for you. Alright, see you in a few days. Here we are, day 2. We got happy yeast. We're bubbling away. We got our tag with our information going on there. Let's come on down here. We'll stay close. Krausen's thinned out. It's got a little layer of yeast in there. That's no big deal. But look at the critters going crazy. Sorry about having to listen to the my freezer run, but look at them. They are going to town, doing their thing. That's what we want to see. Looks almost like they're swimming around in there. That's why I chose to do it in the carboy, so you can see the action. See you in a few days. Here we are, day 3, much of the same, bubbling away, not quite as aggressive. Got our krausen. Our yeast is still going strong. Look at those little babies swimming around in there. They're not actually swimming, but the CO2 brings them to the top. Kind of like champagne, but a much different tiny bubble. We'll keep going. Well, we have skipped a day. We've gone to day 5. Look how things have slowed down. Krausen's turned kind of a creamy, that's mostly yeast up in there now. That brownish color. We still have a little bit of activity going on. You can see the bubbles rising, but not near what we had just 2 days ago. They're starting to eat everything up. What's going to happen is, you can see down at the bottom, is that yeast going to start settling out, and we'll clear up. So here in a couple days, we're going to take this beer and we'll siphon it off into another carboy and let it age and clarify a little bit. That way we'll have a much cleaner beer. Alright, today we're going to move on to step 2 of the beer making process. We are going to rack the beer over into a carboy. The first thing we got to do is get ourselves all sanitized. I'm going to rack it over into a glass carboy. It's not necessary by the recipe, but I like my beer a little clearer. So what we're going to do is rack it over into another carboy, let it age for 2 weeks before we go to bottle. So here we go. There's Buddy the Brew Dog out here helping getting things done. Now, all right, I have just about got all our sanitizer. I mixed it up in this 5-gallon bucket. You can see we're getting low. I've racked it off over into this glass carboy that we're going to age our beer in for a couple of weeks. Now that's all really that I need in there. I'm about to make a batch of wine, so what I'm going to do is take this and pour it off into our wine bucket. notice it bubbles and foams up, that's a good thing. Okay, that helps seal our bottle off from wild yeast and bacteria and mold spores and things like that from getting in there before we get our beer racked in. Here, put that on, and we'll move inside. Alrighty, you gotta forgive me, I'm in tight quarters here. This is my laundry room, which is also my brew room. As you can see, here's our beer. We are fermented off. It's been 2 weeks. For about the last 5 days, all fermentation has come to a stop. I'm not going to bore you measuring the gravity of the beer now. Down here in the floor, you can see, oh, making a mess. All right, you can see I've got my carboy we just sanitized out. That's where all this is gonna go. So let's take our lid off. Was going to do this yesterday, but here in Northwest Arkansas, the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue rally has been going on this weekend, and all you could hear was the drone of 500,000, literally 500,000 motorcycles. It's a huge rally, one of the largest in the country now. So we're going to clip on the side of our carboy here, slide down in, give it a whirl. Okay. Down into here, we want to get down on the level of this carboy and do a little time lapse. Here's the aftermath. What this is that's the kreuzen. That's basically, at this point, it's just where yeast raised to the top, and at the bottom is our yeast cake. Okay, see down in there, that is all yeast, both live and dead. You can harvest that and reuse it. In my lagers, I do that, but in ales, you know, a sachet of yeast is a couple of bucks. It's not worth it. But we got everything down in here. There's Buddy the brew dog in the laundry room. I got some teenage boys screaming in the background, but you know, it wouldn't be home without teenage boys having a good time. We're going to take our siphon out. I'm going to put this up here. All we got is to throw our airlock in. Got our tag. Let this sit for another week or two. It'll clarify, and then we'll we'll take it and we'll bottle it. This is my bottling tree. When you wash your bottles, you put them all on there and hangs them upside down to dry. Right now I've got them stored there. These are all flip tops, and that's where this batch is going to go.